I think I found my strength to finally get up and leave. No more broken heart for me. No more telling your lies to me. Looking like I add up my head, although I
What
can
the fuck?
see. No more giving you everything. No more taking my love from me.
See, my
Yeah.
days are cold without you, but I'm hurting while I'm with you. And though my heart can take no more, I can't keep running back to you. See, my days are cold, my days
And
with
riding
you.
with
And
you,
my heart
and
can
my
take
heart
no
can take
more,
no
I can't
more.
keep running
Uh,
back to
uh,
you.
and another one.
Wah-ha, 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 wah-ha,
Whoa.
wah-ha, wah-ha, oh, wah-ha, 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 wah-ha. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, fly like a bird.
Yeah.
See my days are cold without you. My heart can't take no more,
Oh, buenos dias.
Everybody, welcome back to the Blackest show about nothing. It's Jay the next day.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, we're here for the most rootinest, most tootinest show here, you know, um,
We don't
north of
root
the
nor to
Mason
the, we
Dixon.
might too, but we don't root. Wow.
I'm getting
Sound like the
over a
croup.
cold. I know.
I'm
I
sorry.
know. I'm getting over a cold,
I
y'all,
know.
but I still wanted to come in and be like,
Still he
"Hey, how y'all
rises.
doing?" Oh, like the phoenix,
From the
and
ashes.
blood pressure. I rise.
They got Cheerios for that.
I heard that is a myth. Like
Can
Cheerios
I be
are not.
honest?
Sure.
Every time I read that on a box or I heard that on a commercial, I was like, all right, y'all. Now listen. I'm not seeing how these little oats are doing this. That seems like a really hefty job for something so light. I was like, oatmeal,
Yeah.
I can fuck with that. That makes sense. But
Yeah.
Cheerios, I feel like y'all are scamming niggas, and I'm not surprised to hear that. And also, have you ever noticed that your pee smells like Cheerios in the morning?
Um. No.
Everyone,
I
yes.
guess so. Yeah.
See?
That's why I always say, like, well, yeah, like kids smell like breakfast syrup when it's like they're pissed.
Yes. Or like
Yeah.
syrup. Like
Yeah.
your pee in the morning smells like Cheerios, which is
I guess
why
it does. Yeah, it does.
it'd be
Yeah.
little things like that run through my mind, which is why when Kevin Garnett told Carmelo Anthony, "Your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios," I found a particular joy and entertainment from that ridiculous. I was like, first of all, who walks past a nigga on a basket on a court and says, "Your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios"?
That's some psychological shit. Like, I'll beat your ass.
Right,
Nigga, like,
right. Like I want to fight right now, and I
yeah.
just when I heard that, I hollered. Do you hear? That has had to be laughing for years. For years. Because it's so wildly disrespectful. It's so specific. It's so many things. Your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. Oh, it's my favorite. But anyway, sorry. Problematic. Um, how are you?
Wow.
How have you been?
Like I said, I'm getting over a cold.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was, the vid or, the SARS CoV, whatever it is.
Guess that's all in
You
the same
know,
family.
as soon as I say COVID or we say COVID, Spotify is going to put up a little notification that says little I. It says, learn about COVID.
Oh God.
Um, because it's one of those words you can't say.
All right.
Yeah.
So
But
the
anywho,
vid, but you already
yeah.
ruined
But
it and said it. So
Ha! But it's not that. It wasn't that at all. It was just a really bad fucking cold. And then I was like, I'm happy I don't have it. But then I'm like, all this rigmarole for what? A fucking cold. But anywho, yeah, I was so mad. I was like, I mean, I'm happy that it wasn't COVID, but I'm also like, a cold took me down. Like, that's fucking crazy, bro.
Um, yeah, colds are a thing. I think we forgot that in the last few years.
I know. It's because I don't have, like, active coworkers, like to
Right.
pass it
You're like,
around.
where did
Like,
a
and I
cold
don't
come
have,
from?
yeah,
I know.
like, and I don't leave my house. Like, so
Then they
I'm
sneak up
just
on you and
kind
they
of,
miserable. They're just miserable little nuisances.
yeah, like, I couldn't even, like, really enjoy TV like I truly, truly
I
wanted
know. I
to.
know. Nothing
I
feels
couldn't
good.
even, right. I just,
How come
it
nobody's
was
been
just
smart
bad
enough to get rid of colds yet?
because it would impact the pharmaceutical industry in a way that it would cripple it.
So fuck them. Give them niggas something else. But colds are just so obnoxious.
Hotep theory, Hotep theory. I feel like there are cures for diseases everywhere. There's actually cures for diseases. It's that the governments hold out on them because it will cripple the medical industry, and therefore there would be a need for anything for them
I also
anymore.
don't understand how. I mean, and I'm no scientist, so feel free to not flood my inbox with lots of information.
Yes. Hotep theory alert.
Wait, are you screaming this before everything that I say?
Both of us
Oh,
in this segment because we don't want people to take our words as,
oh, as law.
law.
I never.
Take it as
First of all, if you
bond,
take
but
anything
not
as
as
law from
law.
this show, you can take it as morale. You can take it as, but as law, that's a you problem. If you do that,
Yeah, that's definitely
that's a
you
you
problem,
problem.
bro. Yeah.
But I don't understand how like a Z pack can hit a infection. Like, oh, I got the flu, wing, but it can't do nothing for a cold. Like, what the fuck?
Because I know one's bacterial and one is viral, but I
Yeah.
also am like,
Nah, there's ways, nigga.
if I can, no, because now I sound like Donald J.
I know,
So
and then
never mind.
I'm not a big like medicine person anyway. I'll take it if I need it, but I don't really.
Yeah.
It's not my first go to. I'd probably end up riding the shit out anyway. But I just fucking hate it. I want the option of getting rid of it.
Right. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest and put myself out there. No one tells you that the quills, NyQuil or DayQuil, give you gas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do. It is bad. Listen, I was just like, this is wild.
Oh, it was wild. Okay. Well,
Yeah, yeah, it was
okay.
wild, B.
You know
Yeah,
what?
it was wild, B.
I told you we had a friend last week staying with us from the Netherlands. And when she left, I was like, you were the perfect house guest. Like, you're always welcome back anytime. I hope you made it back safely. Love you, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I really enjoyed being around you all. She was like, this is probably the most consistent time I've spent with all of you together because I'm sleeping in your house. She's never
Yeah.
had to sleep in my house before. She's like, you guys are really like the Hotep Huxtables. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I was like, I guess I can lightweight see that.
Yeah, like, raising Noah up with good values.
Yeah.
Y'all live in Brooklyn.
Yeah. I mean, we're not teaching her to be a respectable black, but we got to break that anyway.
No. No, yeah, I think that went out in the 90s too.
Did it?
You know.
I don't think so.
Well, actually, no. I'm
No,
lying. I'm lying.
no.
We see. No.
No,
Yeah,
there's
no.
still people who fucking their
no.
cousins to make sure, family stays a certain way. So it's not quite gone yet. But anyway,
Ooh, how was your week?
it was good. It was nice having my homegirl here. Still got through, a bunch of work and stuff. And all these home projects are like wrapping up, which is so good because I'm ready to chill. Like, nigga, I'm tired. I know I like to organize, but I'm exhausted. And yeah, I'm just kind of ready for like fall and winter to set in, and kind of just everybody's turning 40, so I'm doing so many 40 things. You know what I mean? Like, I just had to plan something for Tristan because he's turning 40, and just everybody's turning 40.
Yeah.
So
we're still enjoying our 13.
we are knocking on the door. Do you hear me? So.
Oh yeah, no, I smell his.
Lest we not laugh too loud.
Yeah. No, I smell the draws, honey, and I know it's coming. I just, I'm holding on.
Holding on. Yeah, absolutely. So.
But,
I'm like, all y'all niggas can do it, and then everybody be ready to celebrate me. Because everybody turned 40 in the same year.
I want to know, what shall I do when I turn 40? I think
I'm going somewhere.
Yeah. I think this is when I make everybody go to Africa.
Yo. You're a terrorist.
Listen.
Where?
We can go to, I don't know, wherever country is welcoming of us to come to.
You're going to make us do a return home trip for your...
But see, that's difficult because all of us will have to go on ancestry.com and figure it out which continent in Africa will have we.
Which continent in Africa?
So, like, that'd be too much.
I'm from every continent in Africa. Are you, Raven Simone?
That would just be way too much. Like, we'll just have to pick a, like a whoop.
So you go on Ancestry and we go to where you from because it's your 40th.
I told you my fear of Ancestry, right?
Hotep theory. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's not a Hotep theory. It's a me theory, which is worse. I fear of doing Ancestry.com because I firmly believe that I have like somebody famous in my family, like I'm related to somebody famous. And if that is not confirmed through Ancestry.com, then I would be so crushed.
Wait.
So
wait a minute.
It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. Because I don't know.
So you don't want to be disappointed to not find out through Ancestry that you're related to Grace Jones, so you refuse to do the whole thing so that you can just pretend you're related to whoever you want to be related to.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. I just had to rationalize.
Or what if I what if I find out I'm related to like Clarence Thomas?
Then you know who
like, you know what I mean?
You know who I'm related to and ashamed.
I know, but that's not as bad. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it's nobody I've ever said on this show, y'all. So,
but it's not. But what if I'm related to like Herschel Walker? Like, you know what I mean?
I would find that extremely hilarious.
Oh, I would find it hilarious and entertaining. But then I would have to be like,
No, you wouldn't have to do anything.
Well, but I would have the knowledge of.
You would get to cuss him out
Just
from a first-hand basis.
No, that's me taking on responsibility and acknowledging it.
Okay, so you don't have to acknowledge it. First of all, we don't. This is so dumb. Like,
I told you.
the way you wrote
It doesn't
me into
make
this
sense, and it makes
bullshit.
sense to me. I think about this a lot.
So you will just
Because
not know. First of all, you know my theory on incest. I don't know if the shit is. I don't think the shit's really real. I'm like, y'all, this is a guessing game. Y'all be pulling out these little cards and be like, tell them it's this and this and this and this and this.
Oh yeah, it's definitely backgammon with DNA. But that's not
But
the
it
point.
does serve. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's not real. I'm actually not gonna say that because I have a cousin who found her sister on through Ancestry.
That
Like
okay,
literally
we'll
in
take
the
it back.
like since
Yes.
since the pandemic. So like if I'm being not Jaden XD, it does serve a purpose as far as like really identifying your ethnic origins and all of that. I feel like that's a little bit of a guessing game, just ever so slightly.
Right. I haven't even brought up that part. I have only focused on the very superficial version because I often think to myself, well, what am I going to talk to Oprah about?
You think
And so,
such
like, you don't ever have these conversations like, what if you meet Badu? What are you going to talk to her about?
I met Badu on the street
Okay,
randomly.
or when you meet Stevie
on
Wonder,
Fulton.
what are you going to talk to him about?
No fucking clue.
You see what I mean? Those are important things. And so when I meet Oprah, I need to figure out what the fuck to talk about. You see?
Oprah won't
Think
meet me.
everybody
I'm on
think
her
about
block
your
list.
idols. Everybody think about your idols. When people be like, "Oh, I want to meet Beyonce," it's like, "Do you?" Because what would you talk to her about?
Maybe you should debunk all the myths that I've created about Oprah when you meet her. There you go. I just gave you a whole conversation.
No, I know what I could talk about Oprah now, but my thing was the fact that I need like the fact that would be fodder if I'm related to somebody famous. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, what if, like, I don't want to go on Ancestry.com and find out I'm related to Herschel Walker, get to in front of Oprah, and we're having a sit down at her ranch in Montecito, California.
Oh my God.
And she brings that shit up. How do I respond to that?
Be like, yeah, I'm related to that nigga through blood. It ain't a choice. Next question.
But like Kanye, right? So like, how do you like for who does Kanye have like a brother?
No, but I think
Or
he got
something?
cousins and shit.
Okay, so like hypothetically, like Kanye's cousin, right? You know, whatever. Finds out he's famous in his own right. Find out he's related to Kanye in a big way. And he got to get up on Tamron Hall's show and got to talk about that. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm related to that nigga, and he's out of his goddamn mind. What? Next question. What? I am a pro. Make me a media coach, nigga. Sign me up. Ain't no shit. You're not gonna shame me for some shit. You just not gonna do it. Like, fuck out of here.
These are just things I think about. I think about like having Melissa Beck told me to always have your home Oprah ready. My home is nowhere near Oprah ready.
Not even a little bit.
But yeah, not even. But it's my goal is to get there because I'm
What
like,
would I talk to
why
Stevie
isn't
about?
it Oprah ready? Why isn't it?
I can tell you all the reasons why it's not fucking Oprah ready. I have a scroll as long as that fucking list of rules for that nigga bill.
It's not specifically her. It's the idea of who of what she represents.
Again, I can tell you why my home is not whoever the fuck that represents ready. Cause I'm not rich and I'm busy, nigga. What, y'all have cleaning ladies and staff, slaves? What? Get the fuck out of here. That's why it's not fucking Oprah ready or Gail ready or whoever the fuck. Hoda, whoever. Kathy Lee, all of them bitches.
Kathy and Ed were a prime example of a perfect looking house with some hidden problem areas. Their number one mess stress is their basement. It is a clutter magnet for so many families. So watch.
It's not even tame already. It's tame already. It's tame already.
Anyway, before we pay some bills, I want to say I am very saddened and R.I.P. to Leslie Jordan.
Oh my God.
That little white man brought me so much joy. And all of us, too.
Well, shit.
Well, shit. Just since Will and Grace for me and all his other roles.
Yeah.
I even started watching Call Me Kat the other day because I've been killing Celebrity Jeopardy. And Blossom has her own show.
The scientist?
What's her name? Yeah, Dr. Mayim Blossom.
Okay.
Dr. Blossom, that's what we'll call her. Mm-hmm. And so she has her own show with Kyla Pratt, and Leslie Jordan's on it too. CBS just be handing out shows. Give us one.
Right, we have an idea.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was watching it, and he was on, and I was like, he's one of the saving graces of the show.
He's the saving grace of everything that he touches, honestly.
Yeah, it was really sad. But
hello, fellow hunker downers. I just enjoy him. I know Trinity is probably more glad than ever to have portrayed him on Snatch Game. And I was really, really saddened by that. I read actually posthumous that he bought a condo at 60-something years old. He had bought he was a homeowner for the very first time, and had been encouraging people, like, if it's never too late. He's just such a light. He was such a light and such a joy, and didn't have a hateful little bone in his little body, and was such a pleasantry wrapped up in a human being. And I was very saddened to hear about the passing of Leslie Allen Jordan.
Yeah, same. But peace to his family, and all that.
Yeah.
Care about him.
Yeah.
However, capitalism prevails, so thank you all for listening and tuning in each and every week. We love you for listening, but continue to tell a friend and tell an uncle and an auntie and mama and pappy and that we're around. We're on everywhere you can find your podcasts. I know some of you have requested that we're on other platforms. And I think what you can do is take the RSS feed from everywhere else and just plug it into that particular app.
I don't know what you just said.
It's some tech stuff, but I think you could do it. I mean, we're open to being anywhere we want to be everywhere, or accessible to everywhere. For anyone to listen, but I think that's what you can do for now. But in any event, sign up for our Patreon. $9.99 is where the true mess lives. This week we decided to cover Inmate to Roommate exclusively to Patreon.
Yes, for our pre-show.
And when I tell you, we had a time.
And it was the first 5 episodes. We'll be covering the final 5 next week. Again, you can get about a couple minutes of that on the YouTube. But if you really want the full zhuzh, head on over to the Patreon. Hit up YouTube for Abbott Elementary. Not only recaps and commentary and just fun conversation. And
we have us a good time.
We have a
down
good
over
time.
on interwebs.
We have fun stuff coming for you all for the holidays. We're gonna do a live holiday nigga watch together as well. So lots of fun stuff when you join Patreon. Definitely worth the $9.99 a month.
Yeah, and for all else information, check the description box wherever you're listening and click on the link tree because that's where you can find anything and everything that we do on the internet.
Absolutely.
Whether it becomes from Jade's pants to my unisex fragrance.
Oh, speaking of which, all final orders should be mailed out by the end of this week, very top of next week. Just for any of those inquiring, we got an overwhelming response. It was beautiful. So the amount of pants that sold over the course of the entire rollout last time sold in a matter of like 2 days this time. So it is one person making each pair of pants. Each pair of pants is handmade, artisan made. So you are definitely supporting a very small business, two very small businesses, as well as two families when you support. But just a little, I appreciate your patience, and all your stuff is being sent out.
I know the Friend Zone does this, but I think we should do it too. I think we should highlight small black and brown and queer businesses on the show. I think,
not to copy or bite, but just more, put more eyes on more people's stuff.
Yeah. Let us know.
I think that would be dope, actually. And it doesn't have to, we don't do segments over here. But, you got something cool, throw it our way. We'll shout it out. If it's raggedy and we don't shout it out.
Yeah. Now, if you purposely try to send us shit that's raggedy.
Right. Like, so sorry. This was curdled. Don't send me no pink sauce.
Oh, that's what I have to talk to you about. That's what I have to talk to you about. But we're going to take a commercial break.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back. You all know how I love a routine, and I found an awesome one to start my day. I started taking AG1 because they put a lot of intention into every detail. From the manufacturing process, you can literally trace every individual pack if you wanted to the NSF certification, meaning it's certified for clean ingredients and therefore certified for sports. It's been a few weeks now, and your girl is loving how I feel in the morning. So what is it, you ask? With one scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source ingredients, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and for the humans who like to turn 25 for a decade straight, aging. All the things, something for everybody. It tastes a little sweet, but not overpowering. I drink it first thing in the morning with my smoothie, and it's been a game changer. That's just my personal hack. Everyone knows I'm a real life vampire, and I go to sleep very, very late. Well, this has been a game changer and helpful in supporting better sleep quality and recovery, as well as mental clarity and alertness. And the best thing about it is that it costs you less than $3 a day. So you're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your little nitro cold brew habit. No shade. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day, or a smoothie if you're like me. And that's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/JXD. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/JXD to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
And we're black. So, I meant to tell you about the pink stuff, girl, right? Okay, so I was watching.
She should go to jail.
I know. So.
Wait, delivered?
Karamo.
This wasn't delivered?
So Karamo has a talk show, right? And which is wild to me, but whatever.
I saw that and I...
You know. I just feel bad for the youth who just will never get to experience Maury like we did, you know? Like that
You
was true
know,
classic American
it
programming.
really was.
That
Ricky Lake, classic American programming. Jerry Springer
yeah.
before he got too ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are integral cogs to pop culture
Jenny Jones
internationally. Yeah. She sparked law, international
did.
debate and law.
Yeah.
But Karamo has a show, and he's there, and he wears lots of clothing with his ankles exposed, and he's trying to do the hashtag work, right?
Yeah, he has a new voice
So
from what I originally heard on The Real World. But
he has the Kanye voice. So way from back in my days when I first met him in the Real World era. So he had the pink girl, the lady who did the pink stuff, the pink sauce on.
why?
Wait, because she wanted to call out this girl who she said was harassing her. Now, pink stuff girl told Karamo, like, yeah, I may have made a mistake. I may have, there may have been some shipping labels. There may have been some,
What?
shipping errors or whatever. But
You shipped milk
I mean,
in the
right,
mail, bitch. That's not a
right.
mistake.
But then the girl that she's attacking is this girl who actually who purchased the product and gave a review. It just happened to be a bad review.
I'm just a little worried about it being swollen. I don't know if this is considered swollen or not. Check the seal. Everything's good on that. Sweet ranch. The aftertaste, I'm not messing with. It's like watered down ranch. It's not bad. Definitely not worth $20 a bottle.
So, and the girl who happens to be white went to go. Oh. She's the one that told to get it tested by the lab.
Well,
so Karamo and old girl is like the white girl is like, well, no, I didn't do anything wrong. Why am I here? Like, why I don't owe you an apology because I gave you a bad Yelp review, girl.
yeah.
Like, if CNN and everybody else is telling you this is a bad deal, you have bigger fish to fry outside of little old me.
Yeah.
Why Karamo fix his face to say, like, so at the end of the segment, they try to wrap it up.
No.
And, they're like, oh, this is a learning experience. And Karamo was like, no, it needs to be a learning experience for you because you keep trying to tear down a small business owner. And it was like,
she is mailing milk.
What? Yeah, like, that's weird.
Bruh,
that shit is so weird. I know. They took down that episode though.
Good.
Because it was clearly the wrong. It was so wild how Karamo came out here too. She was like, "Wait a minute, baby, you're in the wrong." Like it was wild. I'm gonna send you this YouTube video of how I came to know it. But I was like, "This is fucking wild, B."
How you gonna tell me? You know what? I'm about to start harassing her. I said it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to harass. I'm going to show her what harassment really means. Jade Karma. That's my new name. New porn name. Because I'm finna haunt the fuck out of bitches while I'm still alive. Can't wait. It's about to be a time. It's about to be a time.
God.
You literally put bottles of ketchup milk in the mail. Mm-hmm. Some of them exploded because milk is not supposed to be sitting in the mail. And you are crying harassment. Please get the fuck. I was irritated and her wig was terrible. Like everything about it. I hate her energy.
It was bad. It was bad.
You keep doing this to people. Somebody should sit down and feed her own sauce for a week. Just that's all she's allowed to eat, her own sauce for 1 week.
And I gotta be honest, What made people think to even buy it? Because it didn't even sound appetizing from jump. Even when like white people try to gentrify it and make it healthy and edible, there's just nothing about that. Like, I'm just not interested in dipping anything pink on my food.
I don't. Outside of Malchup and Puerto Rican mayo ketchup combination, which
And that's not even like pink like that.
that's
It's
pinkish.
pinkish, but not that nuclear waste she was selling to people.
No, not that shit. That bitch deserves terrible things. I'm telling you, feed her ass her own sauce for 1 week. Niggas don't know how to punish niggas. That's what I have just learned. Y'all don't really know what you're doing. Put that bitch in a chair, put a funnel to her mouth, and feed her her own sauce for 7 straight days.
I fucking sew your asshole clothes and keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you and feeding you.
That's why we don't have Guantanamo anymore, Jade.
Oh. Well, we've got to restore the natural order of things. It's my philosophy.
This week we are coming to you as women.
Putting our vaginas on the table.
Yes, and we're talking Love During Lockup. It is a season premiere, and with every season premiere, this is public. So you can catch this on the Tube of You. You can catch this over on Patreon. You can catch this over on the main stage because it's everywhere.
Yes.
This week. So,
Let's take a break before we start, though, because I need to see if my package came.
Okay. Let's take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
Hit it, Claude.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
As soon as my mother finally made it to Denmark, Dad hot-footed it over. After about 5 years of letter writing, immediately proposed the same day. And my parents have now been happily married for almost 50 years.
And we're black. So, like I said, we're coming to you as women. And we are talking about Love During Lockup, Season 2.
Ludlu.
We have a lot of characters new and some old. And, let's dive in. Where would you like to begin?
Let's see. Let's start off partially black. So you all know, if you are a Jaden XD historian, you know that the names and nicknames that we've come up with for a lot of these characters have just happened organically. And you remember how those started with the first iteration. They're not forced, so sometimes they come the first time we watch it. Sometimes it takes a little while. You got to sit with something. I think I want to start with Justine, a.k.a. Big Kiki Wyatt Lato, and Michael Montana.
I want to tell you how we're BFFs. Because my name for them, and I'm not even going to type it. I'm going to share it with you right now that you see that I am not fucking with you of what I named her. Booyah.
Okay, let's see.
Whenever it sends.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
You are going to laugh because...
Wait.
okay, I sent it.
Just got it. Okay. iCloud. Okay, retrieving. Open. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Lotto what?
Lotto Wyatt and Noriega.
So I called him Michael Montana before they got to that part because he looks like French Montana to me. Huh?
Yeah. He looks like French Montana and Noriega to me.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he does. Yes.
And then it was Sloriega when I realized how many kids he got. So Justine and Michael, Lotto Wyatt and Noriega. So she is a nurse.
Yeah.
She has 3 kids. And she's divorced.
Yeah.
And the scene opens up with her looking for wedding dresses. And she plans on getting married soon.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. In prison.
They've been together 3 years.
Yeah.
And
he's kind of fine. I'm not gonna front. He's
actually
he's not unattractive.
He's handsome. I'm not gonna hold you. He is.
Yeah.
And so, she's arguing with her white mother about her wedding dress, and she's with her daughter. Her daughter looks to be about 14, 15 years old, somewhere around there. She had her first kid in high school at 17. And the trajectory of their relationship consists of, first of all, she met him through his mother, who was her coworker. His mother is not a good person. Second,
I also wanted to say that she also looks like a wayward Maori sister. Like,
I can
like
kind of,
she gives,
but she's giving me more.
Like if Cousin Faith was a Maori, you know what I mean?
I can see where you like.
Yeah, but no, Lotto Wyatt is what.
Like how
right
Yara and them be treating Nas's daughter.
Yeah.
Just.
Which that was rude.
I didn't say I treated him like that.
Okay.
You know that. Everybody got you called here.
Go on.
No. That's why no. No.
So anyway, she definitely met him through his mama, the coworker.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Because how you gonna sit here and give me a disapproving look? You say the wildest fucking shit. And I call out the black sheep of the Shahidi family, and all of a sudden, I said, fuck your mother. Like, how you gonna look at me crazy? Did I not treat that girl as a black sheep of the Shahidi family?
I can't.
I don't know. I made that up.
No comment.
Anyway, I don't know.
No
they probably
comment.
love the shit out of their cousin. I actually don't know anything. Continue.
So, we find out that, he sold drugs.
Fitting.
And he's also a rapper. Named Montana Mills.
Again, yeah.
Sit there and bet in your brain, collective and calm, but cold like a blizzard. The stone causes X to build up in my charms. I gave him a leg, they went for my arms. I gave him a boot, like nigga be gone. And I rode with a banger, I'm cautious, just to keep him in check like endorsements. Went from
I gotta be honest with you. The music wasn't bad.
I wasn't sure if
It's
he was
just-
signed and got caught up or.
No, typical, the typical story, fast life, still thinking, you need to do X, Y, and Z, to keep up appearances.
Well, these niggas live in Pennsylvania, and apparently she uprooted all of her children from Rhode Island to Pennsylvania in order to go be closer to this nigga.
Yeah. I think that is more of a financial decision more than anything. Because I'm gonna be honest, how many people in New York do you know saying they move into what's it called, the Poconos?
I don't know anybody who says they're going to the Poconos, but yes, I get your point.
They moved to PA. Where they move,
Yeah, no,
Allentown.
you're right.
That's where everybody
Is that
moved.
where
Where
she
they
lives?
sick
Oh,
of
Jamestown. That's where she moved to.
whatever, somewhere named after a slaver.
Yeah, no.
You know, someone else who has said, "Is you sassing me?" You know what I mean? Like,
Please shut the fuck up with this issue sassing me all week.
it's true.
Oh
Like, that
my
is a
God.
common phrase.
Oh my God.
I
I feel like you said it in a
but
past life.
I do have a question though that I've noticed when rappers in their songs, when they tend to reference their penis, they always say it's 9 inches. It's like is that like industry
I
standard?
don't know.
Like think about songs, just casually just think about like there's a Ti song where it's produced by Pharrell and them. He said it's a 9. Them ugly niggas from Uchiwali, they say it's 9 inches. I was just curious, as if that's just industry standard, or does it just rhyme better?
I think it
You know.
rhymes. I think it just rhymes better, probably. Like this,
Okay.
because nobody wants to rhyme with 5. They don't want a 5-inch penis, and then
Well, I know, but Misty would be. Well, that's a poor poor example.
we've had a conversation about that this week, and it was not specifically about Missy, but you pick up what I am putting down.
I'm gonna move right along, but it's always funny. Like, she's on the phone with him while she's shopping for her wedding gown.
Mushy.
And it's always shady when like the operator be like, time to go.
Yeah. She's like, hi, mushy.
And ultimately, right. Ultimately, she's gonna have to get married in a bodycon dress because she can't have anything showing, exposed. Like, it's either that or a frock.
Yeah, it's no cleavage. It's nothing sheer. She's got the nails. Y'all know the nails, the influencer nails. Which I hate that that's what they are now, because that's not what they were originally. Co-opted from the black community.
Did you see those 2 Pakistani girls?
Sure did. That shit was
mimicking
funny
the
as
white
fuck.
woman?
Yes.
Yes.
when that bitch said, she's like, oh no, I can handle the spice because my parents fed me Doritos. I motherfucking screamed. Do you hear me? Okay. Yelled out loud.
Yeah.
I yelled.
I was like,
out
this is
loud.
a hoot.
I said they ate. I didn't even know what the original video was. I just figured they were mimicking white girls, and I said they are eating these bitches up, and it is fan-fucking-tastic.
I stand.
And they were 13. Then did you see the little girl come back and clear everybody out who tried to come for her? I guess they tried to come for her and say that she was making fun of black girls or something, but with the nails. I guess right. And she goes, first of all, she was like, I was making fun of 2 very specific sisters. And called out who it was she was making fun of. So that's the video I never saw. She was like, I'm not doing that. She's like, that's not what I was here for. She's like, second of all, girl, I'm 13. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Right.
Girl, get away from me with your big
TikTok,
age.
Right. TikTok is amazing and an amazing hell space. Because I'll tell you one day what I learned on TikTok, what exists.
You always, does it have something to do with prison?
No.
They can have porn on TikTok now?
No. That has nothing to do with porn. ish.
What the
no.
fuck did you find?
Jizz jewelry.
Okay, all right. So back to the story, because I don't even want to touch that. I don't even want to. I mean, literally and figuratively, conversationally. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that. I don't even like.
In this episode of Horrible Decisions, we will be talking about.
Shut. Okay, what the fuck
Shout
is
out
jizz
to
jewelry?
Mandy and Weeze. Love them down. Back to the show. Okay, so she getting married tomorrow, but his family don't know.
Right.
Apparently, it's his idea to surprise them.
It's always a nigga who
and
put you in the middle of his mess.
Exactly. And why would you think this nigga makes this was a good idea? He's clearly in a space where it's been proven he doesn't make good decisions. So why would you, apply that logic here? You know what I mean?
She brought up one of the challenges that she's had over the past 3 years in their relationship is she's had to essentially create her own relationship with his family. So it's her going out of her way to visit them and see them. And that's got to be awkward as fuck. Can you imagine the first time you're going to visit your new beau's family because that nigga is in jail? So you just going by yourself? That's like me showing up to your homeboy's birthday party, but you ain't there. Like, why? For what, nigga? What?
It's so awkward.
It's so dumb. It's like it's
That's
so
like
good.
when you said you go
I
actively
loved
go
meet-
helping.
right,
Like
you get on the motherfucking phone. I loved meeting your kids. It was so special. Sorry you weren't there.
That's so awkward. It's already awkward when they're there.
Right.
Like, that's so strange.
I'm not doing that. I'm not built for that life. I'm not built.
So, she goes to see them and all the next day, and he got 4 kids of his own.
Baby, yours, mine, and ours. That's what their situation about to be.
Okay, they about to have 7 children.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up 3 very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold.
And his mother really does, she's accepted her into their life.
She the one hooked him up, which is why I said she's not a good woman. How the fuck? Can we stop with the pleasantries and the sweetness? Don't try to hook me up with your motherfucking jailbird ass son.
Yeah, because that says a lot about what you think of me.
Right. Be like, oh, I got somebody who would be perfect for you. It's gonna be about 5 to 7, but I just know y'all would mesh. Like, girl, fuck you. Like, what?
Right.
I was like, oh no, she ain't well. This lady's not well in my eyes. She's not well in my eyes.
No. So it's time, his kids ain't seen him in a long time, but she tells them that she's going to go see their daddy with their mama and sister.
Yeah. I think one of them.
And the eldest daughter was sad because she ain't seen that nigga, but this new heifer is going. So, she felt a little kind of a ways about it. And his sister, there's always that one who is, I'm protective. I'm protective of my little brother. And I hate when people say that because I'm like, you're not that protective. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You're also...
You ain't really practice what you're preaching, queen.
I love when they love to be... Because if you notice, another reason his mother is on my list. Because that lady also said, oh, he was a player before he met her, so I was hoping she could be the one to lock him down. I said, so not only did you hook this lady up with your prison mate and ass son, but you also knew that this nigga was a serial cheater. And for whatever reason, you got a light bulb in your motherfucking brain that said, you the one. Fuck you. Like, What?
Be coddling their sons, man.
Man, ruining people's lives in all of their paths. I hate everybody.
Man, that's hella brazy, dog. But that was them. We'll see more of them next week.
Yeah.
Or tonight.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Tonight.
Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages. 8 o'clock.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
When I was 17, I put out a pen pal advert because I thought I'm going to meet somebody in exactly the same way as my parents, because that's obviously the way it works. Unfortunately, all I got in return for the advert was pictures of penises and an invite to Florida from. I didn't mean no harm.
And we're back. So where do you want to go next?
Let's go with Melissa, a.k.a. Blossom is what she looks like to me, and Louie.
Melissa gives me Rachel from The Good Place.
Yes.
Like, yeah, but she's a 40-year-old cheerleader, which makes her sad.
You know, every time.
And
every time.
And Louis, who I don't know if I can say this publicly, but let's just say I was quite surprised with his charges. Okay.
Wait, what? Let me see. Do I have his charges? Oh. Because they were dumb.
Because they were dumb, and I'm also surprised how you even getting out. You know what I mean?
Also that, because
I
he
don't
needs
feel
to
like
be somewhere else.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. yeah, I agree. This is not the place for you.
Yeah, it's not.
And the reason we say that is because he's in jail for armed robbery. Oh, he robbed somebody with a gun. No, he didn't.
No.
He robbed a liquor store with a butcher's knife. As he was going through withdrawals from drugs, because as soon as I heard it, before they even said it, I said, "Oh, that's meth or heroin. Like that's one of those." And that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
He was going through withdrawals, and now they counted 200 days left.
Thanks to today, Orange County Sheriff's deputies hope new surveillance video will help catch a butcher knife-carrying criminal. Now, the robber was caught on camera terrorizing a store clerk. West News' Marina Rocco is live at the Wright Fuel and Food Store along Beggs Road, where all this happened. So, Marina, do deputies have any leads?
Yeah, you got 200 days left. He's been locked up for 9.5 years, by the way.
For armed robbery with a butcher's knife of a liquor store.
Yeah. Which I wonder, like, you had to stab him or them.
Nope. I feel like that would have been attempted murder. I think he just literally tried to rob the liquor store with a butcher's knife.
But then that's so dumb. But that's I don't know. Crime doesn't make sense anyway. So
not
whatever.
all of it.
So Melissa is. There's always a sad one in every series, and Melissa is a 40-year-old cheerleader who, and I tweeted about this, like, people who can't live beyond high school.
Oh yeah.
Like, she is trapped. Like, she is trapped in 1999.
Yeah, that's like in her fashions. Her fashions are trapped.
Yeah.
Her mentality is trapped.
She's trapped in 2002. Like,
she is.
If you were to tell her where she was the night that She's All That premiered, she could tell you. She
could tell you. She dresses like Maya from Girlfriends.
Yeah. Yeah. Currently.
Now.
I do want to say Sharp Entertainment, and I know that they do this on purpose to piss us off.
You know they do.
But they love showing white people in like precarious and like naked situations on this show. Because for most of the scene, she is just in there in her breast bras and vagina panties.
Yeah, she just in her little cheap skivvies, in that
Yeah.
Halloween spirit
Yeah.
costume.
Right. It's strange, but she's in love with Louis, and she has been for a very long time. She was the nerdy girl in school who blossomed, I guess, in her 30s. And he reached out to her, kind of, and she was so open, like her high school crush, you know, hit her up, and now she's open. And what her plan is for when he gets out, she is going to stun on hoes at the high school reunion.
Yeah, she got the big reveal, honey.
With Louis, because she is on the planning committee.
So my favorite part about this was she was relaying all of this to her homegirls over pasta, and they were looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck, the whole time. And then when she did this, and the big reveal is I'm gonna tell everybody we together at my high school reunion. They were like, girl, this sounds dumb as hell. They said, how did y'all connect again? She said, oh, he messaged me on Facebook. They said, oh, okay, so he messaged a bunch of people on Facebook and you bit the bait. Got it. They hate it.
And I know that's how it went.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That nigga literally went through his Facebook friend list. Or, excuse me, not even his friend list. He went through a bunch of names or searched the name of the high school and started messaging people randomly.
And like, I get it. Like, my high school crush is still fine. But like, I would never like let that shit go. Like, you know what I mean? There are some moments where I think back in high school where I'm like, damn, I should have beat a bitch's ass or cursed them out. But that's just a tourist thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But other than that, because we hold on to grudges forever. But that's not, I can work through that. But like having this, I need to keep up appearances to impress people from high school.
That's crazy. That's
crazy. Fucking wild, B.
That's like that girl on 90 Day Fiancé, the one who's with Guillermo. They said, what do you do for a living? She's like, I make balloon, whatever them fucking things are called, structures.
Animals or bridges or whatever.
Structures, yeah, structures. I'm a balloon engineer. So that was Melissa and Louis.
Yeah. We can go on. Where do you want to go next?
You want to go with Chelsea and Mikey?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Chelsea is a housekeeper.
Yeah. Chelsea is a piece of work.
Baby. Okay, a spicy piece.
She is a girl about the town. She is
a self-identified bitch.
Yes, she is creative. She has a son, a Negro son. And she is deaf.
And Sharp Entertainment is going to hell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. Yeah. And don't nobody come for me because this is what happened on the show. They're going to open her scene.
You're about to say what I think you're about to say what I took note of. Okay, go ahead.
They're going to open her scene with no sound. And that little, in the background, that little flat line, whatever muffled fucking sound. Noise. Yes, it was no sound, and it's shuffling and that fucking beeping while her and her son are bowling. And then they're going to do the big reveal. And that was all so that they could show that she is hard of hearing. I said, this production team they are requesting at this point. You know how niggas pay for a Hollywood Walk of Fame star? And then everybody be like, oh my God, I got a star. And it's like, but I thought y'all had to ask for that and pay for it. That's what I learned. Hit me to the T. But
no, yeah, they pay for it, yeah.
So I said, oh, you all ask for this invitation to hell is what you do. That's what y'all do. You all specially say that is the place for us. And we're going to do everything possible to make sure that's where we land. Opening up that goddamn scene with no sound. I said, you are some motherfucking assholes. But continue.
Right. Outside of that, Chelsea's a pretty cool chick.
Yeah.
You know, although I wonder where her family members were on January 6th.
Absolutely.
And a part of me actually wonders where she was too. But then I was like, but the sun.
So it doesn't matter.
I know. But I was just like, huh. You know, it's fine. But Chelsea pretty cool. She's very well aware of who she is in this world. And, you know, about a year ago, she met Mikey. Now, Mikey, actually, like, Chelsea and Mikey, I don't see anything going wrong with them. Although the preview says otherwise.
Yeah.
But Mikey is in for theft. They haven't met in person yet. But, you know, he had they met on a thing on one of the apps, you know, just like gays. And she started to teach him sign language or ASL. And, you know, at first she thought, you know, oh, you know, he's going to take advantage or whatever. But she was like, to her homegirl, because there's always a naysayer, and to the camera, she was like, I've only sent this nigga $80.
Yeah, the friend asked her, she was like, have you, like, you be sending him money? And she was like, once. Like, I sent him money one time, maybe. She was like, that's not what he asked for. She's like, and he's learning sign language for me. And you can see him with the books and, like, putting forth the effort. So I don't really, like, I can't say everybody has an ulterior motive. I know a lot of people have an ulterior motive, but not everybody has one. And we're going to see where, you know, things go left for them. They could go left on account of Chelsea. We don't know.
That's very true. Like he is concerned about the language barrier, which is
rightfully
common
so
for any duolingual relationship.
Absolutely.
Or interlingual relationship. So, but I also Chelsea a little wild child.
Yeah.
And like she likes to drink whiskey and cuss. So
Yeah.
I don't, you know. Good luck.
And her daddy had on, while we were questioning, her daddy had on a hat that said the second protects the first.
Yes.
And I was like,
yes.
Oh!
For everyone within the sound of my voice to hear and to heed, and especially for you, Mr. Gore. From my cold, dead hands.
I was like, we talking a minute. Yeah. Oh, no.
Yes, we talking a minute.
We talking a minute. But her dad is concerned because she was in a domestic abusive relationship in the past. So he's concerned, obviously, you know, rightfully so. And he just wants to have a conversation with him, and she's anxious about it. So we will see what happens.
Yeah. I'm anxious to see what happens. With them.
Me too.
Let's take one more break, and we'll be back with more Love During Lockup. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Eventually, I did meet a tall, dark, handsome stranger who was a very kind man, but unfortunately, we weren't matched. The thing is, I didn't care about that because I had this ideal and I was going to make it happen no matter what. Sadly, after 7 years, we split up because we finally had to acknowledge that we weren't getting on. At the same time, I was working with developing countries and with charities.
They soon got on my trail.
And we're blind.
We're talking love during Lockup season premiere. You can watch episode 2 tonight on WeTV or stream it now on All Blick. Yeah, where are we going next?
Let's do the girl from Euphoria and Dowry.
Oh, millennial stereotype in Dowry.
She looked like the girl from Euphoria, the one who was doing OnlyFans in her bedroom in high school.
Oh, you know, I didn't watch Euphoria, but she gives me like.
I really feel I'm like the joy that you get from talking, making commentary about Moonlight.
No,
I feel like
let me tell you. No, Jade, I'm gonna be honest, and this happened the other day. So like, okay, let me watch Euphoria clips. Let me see if I can just dive in. So HBO, like there's YouTube compilations that do like Euphoria out of context. And I was like, let me not start there. Let me just look at what HBO puts up as clips from, from the show. What the hell is going on that damn show?
You know, if you watch the whole episode,
everybody is on drugs.
CVS Suite.
Everybody is on drugs, Jay.
Yeah, they are.
Everybody needs a CPS case. Everybody needs to go to jail.
Everybody, especially Rue's mother. And I want you to
Everybody needs to go to jail.
Watch the show so you can talk about it with me.
All of these little white brownish children need a caseworker.
It's true.
It's way more wild than Pretty Little Liars.
What? Nigga, it makes Pretty Little Liars look like Barney, nigga. You need to go watch that fucking show.
I was like, what is happening?
That's why you call him White Apollo. I call him Daddy from Euphoria.
I was like, what the fuck?
You've got to watch the episodes in their entirety. I need you to go watch the whole storyline so we can have a conversation about it.
All right. Well, millennial stereotype in Dowry.
Yes.
She is every millennial stereotype. She is a DEI hire waiting to happen.
Oh,
she is. She checks every box. She is a New Yorker. She is,
New Jersey.
assuming, Latina.
Yeah.
She is plus size. She has natural hair. She has that funky hairstyle.
She's body posse.
She's body posse. I'm going to assume she's queer too.
Probably.
And she also likes to drink whiskey and cuss.
She's just a criminal data researcher.
Yeah. And we realize, or she tells us that she is a learned individual.
Yeah.
She is studying to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
She is in her master's program. And we
for criminal
catch up
justice
with her for criminal justice. That is
rich.
When you think of a career in justice studies, you probably think of a police officer.
Obviously, that's the one most people think of right away.
However, that's just one of the many career paths.
You could also do things like probation and parole. You could do client services, victim advocacy. There's a lot of opportunities.
That's fettuccine
I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I was like, that's real. Not ironic, but that's something.
Oh no!
That I mean, you getting a degree in what you getting involved in, like that's kind of cray,
Lottery.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very rich. I was like, that's hella wild. And so we catch up with her and her friend in the Diamond District on 5th Avenue. On 45th between 6th and 5th. They used to work
Yep.
over there.
Near Rockefeller Center.
Yeah. And she's with her homegirl. She's upgrading her ring. And her homegirl's like, okay, work, but like, why?
She's like, oh, girl, you
Like,
paying for your own ring to upgrade your own ring? And she's like, that means it's his money.
Yeah. So, busted. Her and Dowry been together for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta be honest with you. I think it's got to be a blow to your self-esteem to get cheated on a nigga.
Baby, and the way that she found out, it wasn't even like somebody called her. It wasn't like she stumbled upon. Like, she is his power of attorney at his request. Okay, so she takes care of all of his shit. She gets his stimulus checks. That is how she is paying for her ring with his money. She was at home, minding her business, or at school or somewhere. Phone rings.
I'm sure at home watching Shrill.
Phone rings. It's Dowry. Okay, bet. This is a call from the criminal. Okay, bet. I accept the charges. This nigga starts speaking in Spanish. This bitch said, who'd you think you called? He said, whoever the other girl's name is, immediately. She was like, nigga, this is Emily.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh.
So, 2 things there. That's got to be a blow to your self-esteem. And 2, that nigga is dumber than 6 boxes of rocks.
That nigga didn't even stop to say, oh, did I call? He didn't. It's not even a cell phone.
No.
You didn't even butt dial.
And no. At all.
No.
And like, he's in like love with her though. Like, he thinks that she's catfish.
Oh yeah, the sun shines out of her ass, baby.
Yeah. And his excuse was, well, this girl wanted me and she paid me a lot of money to be her boyfriend, so I pretended. Okay.
But
sure.
The one thing about her that we've not seen so much of, usually these people be in stupid love, right? This bitch is like, oh no, like I love him, but also like, what if he? I'm not stupid. If he's playing me, then we gonna find out, and I'm gonna just keep getting what I can get out of this. And I'm like, boy, the stimulus checks, like, weren't there only 2 of those? Like, it's like a $2,000 job.
Yeah. So she used his whole money, all his money.
Yeah, but also, like, that's not even that much. To be in a relationship for 3.5 years with somebody locked up. So I think she'd be saying stuff to convince herself and make herself feel better. But she really, like,
Yeah, again, millennial stereotype. That's what we do as people. You convince yourselves that things are better when they're really not.
Is she a millennial?
Yeah. I'm going to assume so. She looked like she shop at Sheen.
Yeah. Yeah. But like,
which, we have to stop as a people.
Oh, I heard that. I don't shop at that, but I heard that they treat their people terribly.
Yeah, fast fashion in general we shouldn't use because it's bad for the environment, but them specifically, whoa.
I saw them factory conditions the other day, and I was like, y'all gotta go buy your wig somewhere else.
What is this Everlane, this expensive ass shirt, but sustainable. But anywho, yeah, she's his power of attorney, and she got her ring, and that was that.
Yeah.
Let's close this on out with a returning champion.
Whoo, baby, I did laugh though when he said I need money for commissary, and she said we'll see. All right.
So, Criminal Minds is back.
Okay, Buffalo Chicken Tender.
Yes, Queen of Lake Erie
And her
has returned.
band of bandits.
Yes. Also, Sharp Entertainment. Y'all knew we were going to make mention of
Y'all
this.
know. Y'all knew.
First thing.
Y'all knew.
First thing. Y'all had motherfucking the Mrs. C's lady up here dead in the coffin and talking about, oh, she looked good. She looked good.
Meanwhile, Mama's standing over her. I know how the setup looks when you're doing funeral makeup, and it don't look like that. They had this girl standing over this lady's body with a fashion fair palette.
Doing
this. Be like, oh, you look good, Mama. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Lying to the dead.
Lying. She also took her WeTV checks and went and got herself some new teeth. I'm not mad at it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. As soon as we get on reality TV, that's the first thing I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm taking Melissa Beck with me, and we're going to find ourselves a good ceramist and a good gum laser technician.
Oh.
And we're going to break this down. When I'm telling you, I'm coming back a Kardashian, damn it.
Okay, well, I'll be next to you.
Yeah, you know. Well, not a Kardashian, but you know what I mean. I'm coming back as Trevante Rhodes. Somebody. I'm coming back somebody fine, damn it.
This is Michael Appa. He spends most of his days flying between New York City and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. He works on the smiles of Hollywood actors, reality TV stars, fashion models, and even royals.
Well, I'll be standing next to you. In my clogs.
Yeah, listen. Wait until I get real money. I'm gonna enter my trade era.
Okay.
I'm gonna get buff. You know, I'm gonna eat things like sweet potatoes, and not in like a Thanksgiving
brown
or
rice.
Like a
I know.
Negro sense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Roasted with like some agave.
Yeah. I'm gonna
and like
pair it
some
with
brown rice,
quinoa.
broccoli.
Yeah.
And maybe a chicken
Everything
breast.
is brown on my plate. You know, purposely brown.
Except the broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
You need the broccoli. Yeah. So yes, she's in the funeral home, DK doing makeup. And her coworker
Rhonda
reads her script straight from Sharp Entertainment's production staff. So, girl, tell me what's going on with Hottie. I know he did you wrong, but I mean, are you finished or nah?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened.
So Rhonda and these braids are just talking to her, and you know, Ty's recovering. You know, talking about what happened last season and stuff.
Yes.
And she was like, "Well, you know, I received this from Hottie, but I ain't looked at it, knowing damn well you did.
You opened that letter,
and it's like this big Manila envelope." And she gives to Rhonda, and she makes Rhonda read these letters, this one letter in particular. And I don't know if Rhonda thought she was like doing a dramatic reading,
baby,
or like she was at like a poetry slam, or she was trying to honor, you know, Hottie's legacy or something.
Baby,
because she gave her good on this land.
She got up there and said, are you sure you want me to read it? And she's like, yeah, you can read it, you know, even though I already read it. And she's like, okay, here it goes. Dear Ty. And then it goes into this like dramatic fucking This dramatic reading. I love you. You're the scum between my toes. Like, just like she put all the emotion and shoulders into it while she was reading it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
July the 14th, 1861, Washington, D.C. Dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. And lest I should not be able to write you again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye.
It was so strange. And through all that, she realizes that she's not over Hottie. Quelle surprise, right?
Right.
So, fast forward, Hottie's cousin comes over to her crib. And she comes in with a phone in her hand and a hoodie. Because remember, this hoodie, this merch, was
Why
a
does he
major
have
source
merch?
of contention.
Why does he have merch? I want to tell you something so bad, but I can't say it. That's like $1,000 tier, nigga, and I can't say it.
Oh my gosh. Now I must know.
I'll text you, and it's just going to be one word.
Okay. Well, I'll continue to talk then. So anyway, his cousin comes over with the yeah. So I have questions about that.
We can talk about it later. I don't need nobody putting.
And I'm not the only. And I'm not the only one.
But I don't need nobody putting no hit out on me from the inside.
Yeah. Okay. If y'all can figure it out, we'll send you a Jada XD sweatshirt or something. We talked about. But because if you did, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in with this hoodie. Remember, because she finally realized that this shit wasn't real between them when she saw Boston with the merch hoodie.
Yeah. I've been asking for one of those for years. You told me you couldn't get me one.
Right. So she gets the hoodie and she's like, oh my God. And the phone call and it's Hottie. And like when you're watching this show, you're just like, okay, you kind of like could guess what's about to happen or whatever. This is one of the few times I was like, hold the fuck on. Wait a minute. Is this what's about to happen? Is about to happen? So his cousin pulled out a Cracker Jack box and, pulled out, the prize. And it was a ring. And for 5 minutes, he proposes to Hottie without saying, will you marry me?
Yeah, on the phone while his cousin holds the ring.
And she eventually stops him and forces him to say, will you marry me? And, of course, she agrees. And she's like, oh, my God, yes. I love you. I'm going to get married. Oh, my God, I was getting married now. Yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, we learn that he don't get out for another 5 years.
And she's talking about she's ready to start playing him right now.
I mean, she got all the time.
I'm going to be real honest with you. As much as I'm going to continue to entertain this because that's just what we do. They the industry plants of this.
Oh yeah, type agents of chaos. Yeah, they are. Yeah, this is Fugazi's storyline.
Yeah.
I don't buy. And I've lived in Buffalo for a time, and they're a little woo, but they're not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, this is definitely an industry plant storyline that we're gonna continue to cover because
absolutely.
would be remiss if we did not mention the fact that for the very first time ever in all history of watching any Love After Lockup iteration, we got a giant exclusive content across the screen. And that exclusive content was this bitch going to a hypnotist so that she could figure out if she really is out of her mind or something. And the lady starts talking to her about being in Jamaica on a beautiful beach with beautiful men. And she starts squealing and crying as if somebody is ripping her nails out with pliers. And the hypnotist brings her back. And the logic allegedly was she's not ready to picture herself with it. It made no fucking sense. But it was exclusive content.
No, it was. They could have exclusively kept it to themselves.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
But that's neither here or there.
I said, I'm finna become a hypnotist.
Okay. Although that shit is motherfucking wild. Remind me to tell you about the story about the Florida school that used hypnotism to get their grades up and then end up killing people.
Oh, no!
Yes, girl. On Invisibilia, shit is motherfucking wild.
Oh, Invisibilia is that, okay. You know what? Bizarre Stories. Next episode of Jaded XD.
Yeah, because that shit was motherfucking wild. But what's even wilder is what happens after she gets proposed to. So she gets a phone call while she's sitting up with his cousin from another nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yes.
Somebody who's new to the roster.
No.
Or trying to get on to the roster.
He was there. This is the same nigga she talked to. This is one of the same niggas she talked about last time. BB.
Yeah, but remember she was like, oh yeah, BB did call, and then she got another call.
Yes. But she says she's dating BB 5 to 6 inmates right now. But nobody compares to BB. Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
I'm going to say she's going to find herself in a pretty sticky situation.
Let me tell you something, because them niggas got to get out at some point. So meanwhile,
like, she is banking on recidivism, okay? Because otherwise,
baby,
like,
I'm going to tell you how sick she is. After she gets off the phone with BB, she get on the phone with her homegirl, and her homegirl's homeboy or boyfriend or somebody, and she's begging to get hooked up with the brother who's in jail and is getting out in 2023 or 2024. They don't know which one.
She was like, BB, hook me up with your girl CC. She is so open.
Open boots.
She said, not until my last name is dropped. I'm still single. And I'm like, yeah, but like you
she's deeply wounded.
You playing a dangerous game.
She's deeply
But
wounded.
just when you thought this was the twist. Oh no.
Wasn't.
There's yet another twist.
But wait, there's more.
Because she goes back inside, because remember, Cousin's just been chilling there.
Yeah, Cousin knows what time it is. Cousin, you saw Cousin's face when she got up to answer the phone and fucking ran like a chicken outside to hurry up and get the call before the fucking... Please.
Right. And then she's outside talking to production, and she says, well, I kind of feel bad, but I got a ring for Boston, too.
She said it's messy, but that's my cousin, so whatever he needs.
2 Cracker Jack boxes.
Yep.
2 rings.
Yep.
1 triangle.
Yep.
1 big mess.
Yep.
Well, that was the recap of the very first episode of season 2 of Love during Lockup. Thank you for hanging out and chugging along with us for the last hour and change. All subsequent episodes will be covered on our Patreon.
Yes.
Link is in the description box wherever you're listening. And, have a safe and wonderful Old Hallows Eve.
Oh, yes, honey. We had to make sure that we gave you
yes.
something spooky to set your weekend up, right?
Yes. We love you for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Yes.